Captain has set the Greeks into the lead here in Cape Town, and it's the man that lifted the European Championship in Lisbon off the woodwork, and before the keeper could even blink, it's off his person and in the French purse. Ziolis with a perfect cross and the perfect Scottish kiss, just when he thought France used all their drama up against the South Africans. They have plenty to spare, a starving jackal. Everybody else switches off 140 minutes in, but Guignati's spidey sense tingles with a perfect finish has put England in front. It's a great striker's finish, not because of the actual goal, but because of the instincts. It's unattended. Revolutionize! A super fast start for Portugal. It's Palami. It's a ball in. Whoa! Aaron Dirty Lucky, dirty boy. It's time for the dreaded World Cup lottery, the penalty shootout. Morales scored 118 minutes ago. Can he do it again? No! Reto Ziegler to complete the upset, and they are going through the first shock of the knockout stages. The favourites Portugal are going home. No World Cup for Cristiano Ronaldo. Into the lead. And Diego Maradona's love his brace against the Greeks. Accusations of nepotism for Maradona picking his son-in-law have surely been washed away now. Bobby Findlay providing backup. Every time he touches the ball, it's a goal. And it's crossed the goal line. And if you didn't know already, a World Cup star has been born in Bobby Findlay. The United States aren't going anywhere anytime soon. And Bobby Findlay certainly can't go back to Salt Lake City now. And England fans will love watching this one over and over again. It's karma from Manuel Neuer. There will be no crooked linesman to save his bacon today. Nigel de Jong has sent the Dutch into the lead. Caught him out, but he's unlucky. De Jong wins the challenge, follows through. It's a stalemate. And time for extra time to separate these two teams. Goal! Brazil finally had the breakthrough, and it's the baby-faced assassin, Little Robinho, saved by Bravo and Alano, has surely ended the World Cup for Chile. Welcome back to the World Cup, and it's a true World Cup quarter-final stage. 3 continents still represented in the final 8. And speaking of 8, that's how many goals are scored by the top scorer. Quarter-final number 1, France v England. And the tale of the tape tells us that this is Les Bleus World Cup to lose. It's a sterling sunny day in Nelspruit. The conditions are certainly perfect. It's the English Channel Derby. France versus England. World Cup quarter-finals. Look at Patrice Evra unapologetically bombing through the English defence. Perhaps he ran out of energy by the time he got to David James. Once again, of all players, Patrice Evra is in behind this British backline. Evra, Henry. Oh, what a stop from David James. Thierry Henry doesn't get time to stop and blink. England under the cosh inside the first 3 minutes. Gallas, back out wide to Ribéry, swings it in, and Henry again forgets his lines. Are we perhaps witnessing a case of stage fright for Thierry Henry? Here comes Lampard. Lampard opens up and shoots from range. Henry holding on, he knows Ribéry is offside. Malouda helps it back onto the king, Thierry Henry, and it's saved by James. If only Thierry Henry had one more stride left in him. He had more time than he realised to carry it a little bit closer. It's a good block from Carrick. Lampard now, maybe England can break. And the French are caught off guard. Rooney threads it through to Jermaine Defoe, slams on the brakes. It's a cut back to the captain. 1-0 to England. Steven Gerrard with his second goal in as many games. The Three Lions survived 3 gilt-edged chances from the French, and they've punished them for the lack of finality in front of goal. Defoe's bullied off the ball by Gourcuff. Now here comes Thierry Henry. Look at that pace. Now he's won away, and this time he took too long. And David James has survived the wrath of the referee. The last time him and Thierry crossed paths, that was a penalty at Euro 2004. Frank Ribery not relinquishing possession anytime soon, but releases it to Henry, and he pulls it wide. Who could have imagined the man with 8 goals to his name is struggling against David James? Lampard takes the run up. Oh, Louis slaps it out the sky. The proverbial knuckleball. A direct hit at the goalkeeper. But the swerve and the Jabulani is enough of a decoy for a save. Rooney piling on the pace against William Gallas. Squares it to Defoe. Shares it with Gerrard. No! Off the crossbar. Stevie G denying a World Cup moment like the one he was granted in Germany 4 years ago. This time off the right foot. Ribery. Back to Sagna. That's a perfect pass down the line to Frank Ribery. Cross inside. There's a ball in. And Thierry Henry has squared it. We are back to where we started. And it's a record-breaking 9th goal in the World Cup for Thierry Henry. As great as he is, he's not always renowned for his heading prowess. A nice sleight of feet from Frank Ribery. And the king is regaining a spot on the throne at the top of the goal scoring table. Here's Gerrard in his comfortable yet dangerous zone. And that's why. Outside the boot in Lloris is pretty comfortable with that going wide of his net. Referee, have a word. Lampard's second attempt from the free kick. Worse off than before. The cross cleared away by Ledley King. As far as to Lalonde. Well, he was a late hero against Greece, nearly was against England. Well, if you're an England fan, it's usually a scenario that should fill you with despair. Extra time in the World Cup, and it would be in their best interest to break from the chains of fate and avoid a penalty shootout against France. It's looking like a good cross into Rooney, who hesitates. Laid off to Gerrard. Tries to slot it in from range. Blue socks get in the way. Anelka. Long ball to Dribble Cisse. What the hell is David James doing in no man's land? Ribery trying to keep the pressure on. And it's squandered. Gourcuff sprays out wide to Frank Ribery. Slams on the brakes. Now they're in trouble. Gourcuff! It's taken 100 minutes. And France finally have the lead over the English. It's another marathon for Les Bleus as they head into the second round of extra time in a row. The fatigue is clearly showing for England. They defended this in slow motion. It's a nice little shot feint from Gourcuff. John Terry does his best to get in the way, but he goes on the wrong side. England have 15 minutes to equalise and embrace a penalty shootout they never wanted. But Ribery galloping forward. Is Johan Gourcuff all by himself? John Terry can't handle him. There it is! France have dug a hole in the ground for England, rolled their body in it and tossed a pile of dirt on top. John Terry clearly accepting a sending off here would be better than that third goal. But Johan Gourcuff isn't going to give him the pleasure. You've got to commend him for staying on his feet. No time to adjust, but I don't think England or Fabio Capello was expecting Les Blues to bloom the way they did in that first half of extra time. Defoe needs to make a decision. He chooses Rooney, and it's a wonderful ball. Gerrard, there we go. England back in it. Well, it's going to be far from a passive exit from the tournament. They're going down fighting. And yet again, the captain, Steven Gerrard, steps up for his country. One last roar from the Three Lions. Jermaine Defoe coming forward once again. No urgency from his teammates. And Gallas has brought him down on the edge of the penalty area. Is this a free kick? I don't think Gallas even gets a whiff of that ball. Frank Ribery leading the charge. Joe spills it. How in the hell did Jimmy Cisse not convert this? Should have spent less time in the salon and more time on the training field. Inexplicable miss from Cisse. 5 minutes can feel like 5 seconds in extra time. Lampard was too far away for that header to do any damage. Defoe to Gerrard, and he rushed the shot. And it probably wasn't even an optimal position for Gerrard to receive the ball in. And now cut. Not even going to bury it in the corner and run the clock down. Gourcuff. It's a good catch from David J. Aaron Lennon. One last roll of the dice for England. And we have a corner. Go on, Lampard. Into the mix-up. And France can breathe a sigh of relief. Hugo Lloris clutching onto that football like a baby christened with the name World Cup semi-final. Football is coming home on an early flight back to Heathrow. It's another dramatic quarter-final exit for England. And for the second World Cup in a row, France are in the semi-finals. Cameroon are a continent's final trump card for an African team to make the World Cup final. Pele's prediction is 10 years overdue. He forecasted an African team will win the World Cup before 2000. Switzerland will have a plethora of newfound belief after burying Portugal on penalties. Well, that's a great start from Philip Senderos, a brain fart. That almost gets Cameroon an early goal in the quarter-final. Fernandes on the chest. Bit too cocky for his own good of all the players. You can give it away to Samuel Eto'o, one of the fastest men on the pitch. Eto'o off the post. Well, that is the look of a man whose life just flashed before his eyes. And Benaglio very grateful for the invention of goalposts. The Jabulani rebounds back into his palms. Here's Diop, the Swiss man of the hour. Over the top to the Kufo. There's his chance. Fails to hit the target. It's a blunder. That's a precise pass to Barnetta. Tranquilla Barnetta. Well, Swiss poor rhymes with something else that accurately depicts the accuracy of Switzerland. Eto'o has a go. Can't bring it down low enough to burden Benaglio. Oh, Greiting is about to be punished for a very lazy pass. Weibo can't bring himself to pull the trigger and he fires it past the wounded horse's head. Stefan Greiting owes Benaglio a kiss on the bum for that save. Imana, can he slip it through to Eto'o? Shut down. Oh, and Imana tries to surprise the keeper. And access is denied for the captain's tap-in. The Helvetians are being held hostage in their own half. But Cameroon doesn't seem to want to kill them just yet. And the burden of extra time falls upon both sides once again. For the second time in a row for both countries. It's a brave block from Inler on Eto'o's volley. Eno! It trickled its way through to the keeper. Imana was too tired to react. Both teams getting tired, overcautious. And it's all gone Pete Tom for Alex Som Bunjaku! And that was it. That was the winning lottery ticket for Switzerland. And it's gone down the drain. Idrisso, that's sloppy. Another lifeline for the Swiss. Joseph Fernandes to Bunjaku. But it's a goal that never will be. Offside is Albert Bunjaku. Penalty shootouts on the horizon. Unless Cameroon roll one last successful roll of the dice. And roller 6. Eno to Jeremy. One last final cross in. There it is. It's over. It's over. Cameroon claim their seat in the World Cup semi-final. And the cover star for the matchday program is Jean-Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting. It's a coming-of-age tale for a 21-year-old Cameroonian. It's not all over until the fat lady sings, and the fat lady's forgotten her lyrics. It's finally over. My goodness, Pele might finally be onto something. Cameroon make history, the first African team to reach a World Cup semi-final. Argentina have always been blessed with individual talent, but it's never applied at World Cup since 1990. The United States confident they can surpass the quarterfinals for the first time. They will lean on the influence of Robbie Findlay, who can't stop scoring goals, two of which sent favourites Germany home. Lionel Messi yet to find his first. Messi sprays it out wide to Di Maria. That's a bullet into the box, but it's a can of worms for Higuain, can't bring it under control. Maxi Rodriguez on a dime into the centre to Lionel Messi. He shoots. Messi! He finally ends his goal drought. The clouds have opened up in Cape Town. The rain pours into the stadium. The drought has ended. The crowd has been begging for Lionel Messi to quench their thirst for a goal for the magic magician. Tim Howard at full stretch, which only means one thing. It's bound for the back of the net. Robbie Findlay may not be much of an influence out wide as would be down the centre of the park. And it's headed into the trap of Demichelis. Now can Sharundalo beat behind saves at the cross? Yes he does. Swept away by Otamendi. Findlay. Donovan. 1-2 is complete. Robbie Findlay! Who else would it be? For the United States, a record-breaking 7th goal for the rebellious Robbie Findlay. And if the 2 goals against Germany wasn't enough to assure the youngsters passage to superstardom, he's backed one more against Argentina for good measure. USA back in the game, and Sergio Romero gets a floppy hand on it. Well, Argentina was advised not to underestimate the Stars and Stripes, and Romero panics. So far, Operation Cape Town seems under control for the USA as they head into half-time, unless Lionel Messi has other ideas for the Alba Celeste. Plays out wide to Higuain. Oh, he converts right on the cusp of half-time. Argentina regained their lead through Golacio Gonzalo. Lionel Messi effectively playing pick a hand, left or right. He chooses the right side, and the gamble pays off. Textbook accuracy from Gonzalo Higuain. Mascherano had his eye on Di Maria in an acre space. Over the top to Aguero. Findlay. Edu, nice back pass back to Robbie Findlay. That was close. Romero not only made that look good, he had to reach that. Di Maria early cross into Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's a peach. Yet again, Sergio Aguero, ever since he was introduced to this World Cup, he also hasn't stopped scoring. A profitable investment from Diego Maradona. The short-lived pride of his son-in-law. Enjoyed in this moment in time in South Africa. Deep into the mixer, shut down by Onyewu. Mascherano, and an awkward volley. Di Maria fumbles the follow-up. Bornstein, that's a good interception. Now USA, can they enjoy a rare break? Findlay, it's still Robbie Findlay. A bit further away than he was at the start of the half. The expectations of Uncle Sam on the shoulders of Robbie Findlay. Great vision from Lionel Messi. Higuain squares into Aguero. What's on earth happened there? He froze. Sergio Aguero frozen in his tracks in front of goal. And Bronzina snuck inside this back line. Oh, Altidore couldn't keep it down. A priceless cross. Messi smelling blood in the water. Going for a second. Strong hands from Tim Howard. Even if he did score, there's no topping that opener. And for another 4 years, this is where the journey ends. For the United States, arguably one of their best contributions to the World Cup. It's Argentina 3, USA 1. It's now time for the final quarter-final of the 2010 World Cup. And it's the only quarter-final fixture in this series of which art imitates life. Burning effigies of Felipe Melo and a wonder goal from Schneider. In the real fixture, the Netherlands haven't scored more than 1 goal per match in this World Cup so far. Brazil has scored plenty. 2 teams were fan favourites amongst the casuals, but even they are secretly crossing their fingers for an Argentina-Brazil semi-final. Van der Vaarle's Bastos sunbathing. That's a good ball in and there's nobody home. And Counts wrestles it away from Maicon. Van Persie! 1-0 to the Netherlands. Robin Van Persie. It's Van Persie's second goal of the tournament, of which the importance cannot be understated. Brazil literally have a second chance to jump out the way of the moving train, and they stay on the tracks. Van Persie capitalizes on sloppy defending. Melo, that's a perfect through pass. Can Fabiano make a payoff? He's took too long. It's gone too wide. Kaká! King Kaká, which was an attempt worthy of royalty, cleared off the line. Maicon over the top to Dani Alves, keeps it in. Van der Wiel is there. Kaká edges Schneider to it. Oh! Ricardo Kaká pots it with the composure of a Saturday morning reveller at the pub playing pool. The entire world peering in through the beer and smoke-stained windows. This is a world-class goal for the World Cup contenders Brazil. For a slight feet from Kaká to nick it away from Schneider, and he passes the ball into the net like a dad playing kickabout with the kids in the park. Not a care in the world, not even the pressure of the World Championship on the line in South Africa. Van Persie has just leaped for one, and Cesar keeps him shut at the near post. Robinho, yes, perfect pass to Alves. There's a hard shot and Stecklenburg couldn't hold. It's a deft ball in from Kaká, glancing header from Luis Fabiano. Finally gets his first goal for Brazil, and it's a meaningful one. In fact, Luis Fabiano has given the Seleção a lead after 30 minutes played in the final quarter-final, and for all we know, that could be the match winner. Melo, his ears prick up, shoots from range, he can score from distance. Schneider into Van Persie, and he's overwhelmed by blue shirts everywhere. Lucia, Gilberto Silva, it's an early one in, oh, and that nearly ended up in the back of his own net. Arjen Robben not normally that far back, and he nearly paid the price for trying to play defender today. Well, Brazil aren't just content with sitting back and defending the lead, they're going for more. And Fabiano nearly accomplished that. Everybody in their dog can see the space that Robben is in. Van Persie! Well, there's a leap that foreshadows what would come against Spain in 4 years' time. Could be a case of unfinished business. Van Persie opened the scoring for the Dutch, and they'll be damned if he doesn't have the final say at least. Goal number 3 with a bullet. And now Robin Van Persie feeling the effects of the physicality of the Brazilians. Here we go, Kaká correcting himself with consummate ease. Swatted away like a tennis ball by Stecklenburg. Let's just admire the grace of Kaká, who's in the form of his life for Brazil, with the eyes of the world watching. Arjen Robben determined to lure Felipe Melo out as wide as possible. Robben goes down. Referee pulls it back. And that's the second game in a row where Robben has taken an unflattering position on the floor. And Felipe Melo is 1 yellow card away from recreating his sending off against the same team. Robinho, the little troublemaker. into Fabiano, and he tries to slot that past Stecklenburg. Netherlands just had to hold on for 12 more minutes. They're under a lot of pressure from the 5-time world champions. Here's Robinho. Passes to Fabiano, and it goes under Stecklenburg's torso. It's a late goal for the Senegal. And an entire World Cup passes before the eyes of Louis Fabiano with no goals. And all in one game, he scores 2. And Robinho has been the troublemaker for the Dutch. The defenders just have no answer for his pace and they can't keep up. Fabiano losing his balance in the process, but corrects it by finding the sweet spot on the Jabulani. And it's as we were in the first half. Brazil not settling for a slender lead. They're going for the kill. Fabiano! Alves keeps it alive and Robinho fails. Surely from this range, Fabiano gets his hat-trick. And finally, the final 4 are confirmed. France, Cameroon, Argentina, and now Brazil, one of those 4 nations, will be world champion in 2 weeks' time. And here is your final 4 of the World Cup 2010. France, Cameroon, Argentina, and Brazil. France and Cameroon will meet for the first time since the 2003 Confederations Cup final, in which Les Bleus won with a golden goal in extra time by, of course, Thierry Henry. Argentina and Brazil, of course, a huge international derby. Van Nistelrooy's introduction finally taking place on the world stage. And with Robbie Findlay's breakthrough performance at the World Cup coming to an end, Thierry Henry will surely end South Africa 2010 as the tournament's Golden Boot winner with a record-breaking 9 goals. Once again, thank you to everybody who's just joined the channel, watched the videos and left a comment. You guys are the best. I can't do this without you. The passion of PES lives through and through in every one of you. So go on then, let me know your predictions for the World Cup semi-finals.